the first world champion on an independent bike. And I've seen this in a couple different ways. It's either in the MotoGP era or since 2001 when Valentino Rossi did it, is Jorge Martin for Pramac Ducati. And now the fun begins because obviously after this year, he's not with that team anymore. He's going over to Aprilia. And the question becomes, is he going to, apparently you have to pay if you switch teams to take the number 1 plate with you, or number 1 sticker, I guess. So I don't know about that. Somebody in the comments below, tell me if that's actually true. Like, do you have to, I've read it, so I'm assuming it is, but I don't know how that works. So if you do, comment down below, tell me what you think, or tell me what you know. But also, just a good year. I mean, you gotta say for him, it's gotta feel good. You've been passed up by the factory team multiple times, and then to come in and win on the satellite bike or whatever you want to call it, and have a pretty good year. And considering, what was it, 3, 4 years ago, he had a massive crash, horrible broken leg, and to come back to be as consistent as he was this year, because he's had problems with crashes, and to just win. I mean, against the factory Ducatis, which are absolute rocket ships. Not saying that his wasn't, but he did a really good job winning this winning this Ducati championship. That's my own personal joke about this, since what is it? The top 4 guys were all on Ducatis, and you basically watch the scorecard or score screen, whatever you want to call it, and pretty much everybody in the top 10, well, top 8 is Ducatis. Sometimes you'll get an Aprilia or a KTM up there, but say for him, this has got to feel great. You're switching teams. You're moving to a different factory, so you didn't have to worry about making Ducati mad, beating the factory guy, whatever. You're already gone. You're moving on to a different team, and you can say, I've done it. I've won a championship, won a world championship, which I don't think he won. I don't think he won one in Moto 2. I know he won one in Moto 3. And so to, win a MotoGP title is incredible. I mean, if you really think about it, it's the 0.001% of people who race motorcycles. So to be the top guy of the absolute tip top of motorcycle racers, you got to feel good about it. And I will say, I find, especially this year, as I joke about the Ducati championship, with all the electronics, all the aero, it's kind of gotten a little boring to me. Uh, I'm waiting for the next regs where they don't have the start devices or the slipstream devices, whatever you want to call it, where you actually have to control the bike more. That'll be a little more fun for me. We'll see where it goes from there. Obviously, it'd be nice too if you see Honda and Yamaha be more competitive. Obviously, the the amount of Ducatis are going to drop because Pramac is now with Yamaha, and there's a bunch of other things going on. But you gotta say, good job to Jorge Martin, whatever you want to call it, for this year. You got to give it to him. He had a really good last couple races. He was very smart about it. Didn't try and over race it. Knew he didn't have to go for wins. So it's one of those hard things that when you're used to always pushing, always at 110 percent, always on the edge, and then you're like this. The last race, he knew all he had to do was finish, and whatever it was, 2 or 3 positions behind, he had the points, and it's really hard to sit there and kind of back it down. It's one of those things that you do, your braking points different, your acceleration points are different, and you just make that one little mistake that you don't think about. So you also have to say too, he had a really good wingman in Espargaro behind him on the Aprilia, just kind of holding everybody up and giving him some space. So that probably helped a lot too, keeping Bastianini away from him and keeping uh, Alex Marquez back too. So good job to Elish for that too. That was a really, really good wingman run from him. But I don't know. You guys tell me, what did you think of this year? There's a ton of movement, people going to different teams changing bikes, a whole bunch of stuff. Tell me what you think. Any of that stuff. Who's your favorite rider? Who's your favorite team? Whatever it is, comment down below. While you're down there, make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the fun things this platform allows you to do, because it really just helped me out and I appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you later. Peace.